for Governor Douglas and Dorothy Douglas. It's great to be here with Senator Doyle and candidate for Senate, Ed Larson, and I see Patty Lewis is here, candidate for the House, and Leo Valier, and I'm probably missing somebody, but it's great that Christian also is here. Great for everyone to be here and support us today in Barre, Vermont. It's such a privilege to be here. Penny and I had the privilege to live in my hometown in Essex Junction, where we've had the opportunity to raise our 4 children. I had the encouragement of Penny to run for the school board. I served in my hometown school board for 6 years. I served as chairman for 5 years. It underscores how important public education is. It's really, I'm motivated to be a candidate for governor, thinking about my 4 children that went through our public schools, trying to create a better future for those children, but more importantly, for the children that are here today and the children of the state of Vermont. It's an awesome, we live in a great state, we have great opportunities, and we have the opportunity to make choices to make a great state an even better state. And that's what my campaign's all about. I've had the privilege to serve you as your lieutenant governor for 8 years, and my mother said, Brian, the Lord gave you 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth, and use them in that priority. And as a lieutenant governor, I've listened to thousands of Vermonters. Thousands of Vermonters have contributed their ideas, and they're compiled in my 10-point plan at briandubie.com. It's a 10-point plan. It takes about 30 minutes to read. It's just full of ideas about how we can grow opportunities in our state. It talks about how we can work to grow more jobs. I show how we can make decisions that would, over time, lower our taxes, cutting red tape to create more opportunities for our young people. I talk about how we could create an investment tax credit to encourage investments in our state to grow jobs, a research and development tax credit where we could incentivize people making investments for the next economy, the knowledge information-based economy, how we can make investments in the fiber and broadband and wireless infrastructure of our state as we transform, the economy transforms to a knowledge innovation economy. I talk about how we could exempt patent royalty income from taxes to encourage people that create innovation and invention in our state, or to attract new entrepreneurs to our state. I talk about how we can market Vermont. We can help people like Steve Cook and grow opportunities to welcome the 80 million people that live within a day's drive of this great state. People that are looking for an authentic experience with tourism, or an authentic experience with nature, or agriculture, or history. All of these things that we can provide in our state. How we can market the specialty foods business of our state. People like Vermont Butter and Cheese that are so close to here, or Highland Sugar Works that is close to here. We have such great opportunities to tell our story and to create more opportunities for our young people. I talk about how we can use the $250 million of ERA stimulus money to help transform education by bringing AP courses in rural Vermont, or Mandarin Chinese into Canaan, Vermont, and how we can help to bend the curve in education spending, at the same time increasing our educational outcomes. Together we can do these things. I'm really encouraged to have the endorsement of the National Federation of Independent Businesses. The 1,800 members of NFIB have endorsed my plan and endorsed my candidacy. The reason I'm so encouraged by that is the real job creators of our state are small businesses, and in particular, women-owned small businesses are the job creators of our economy. So we need to encourage them, and we need to listen to them, and that's why their endorsement was so meaningful to me, and I'm so grateful for their endorsement. My opponent has a plan too. My opponent's running, when he ran his primary, Senator Doug Racine called my opponent's plan unrealistic and full of empty promises. And as the governor mentioned, I've compiled those promises. There's 3 pages of promises. And the fact is, we face a historic budget challenge in our state. We face a $110 million deficit next year. The promise that I will make to you is that we will set priorities as your next governor to make sure that we protect the most vulnerable in our society, that we protect our young people, that we protect our seniors, that we work to grow our economy. That's what it's all about. That we also make protecting the public, ensuring that the public is protected. My commitment would be that public safety would be a priority, making sure the public is protected. My opponent, on the other hand, his own running mate disagreed with his plan to release 780 offenders. His own running mate for lieutenant governor. The Democratic mayor of St. Albans disagreed with his plan. The mayor of this town, Tom Lozon, disagreed with his plan. My opponent's plan on government-mandated health care talks about $1 billion. A legislative committee said it was in excess of $1 billion in new funding. We need to work to continue the Blueprint for Health, the chronic care initiative, and that's what my promise would be, and that's a promise I can keep, to make sure that we make saving lives and saving dollars a priority for our health care reforms. That would be a promise that I would make to you today. My opponent really showed how he was going to fund his plan by leading the charge to override the governor's veto in this last legislative session, raising $20 million in new taxes in a recession. It sent the wrong message to Vermont entrepreneurs and small businesses, and it really said what his plan is all about. We need to work to cut our taxes and cut red tape to grow opportunities, and that would be my wish. Is by supporting one another, working with one another, trying to find common ground, working with the General Assembly, articulating a common vision as we talk about in my jobs plan, and saying that we have the opportunity to make choices that will make Vermont a stronger state. With your support and with the support of the other candidates that are here today, it would be my privilege to serve you. I'd like to also just thank our veterans that are here today, and also reflect upon that 1,600 brave soldiers, men and women that are serving in the National Guard are not with us, but they're certainly with our thoughts and our prayers as we celebrate this institution called democracy. We know that we're here because of those who came before us. They inspire me today, those who come before us, those that are serving here, serving us today, far away. It will inspire us to conclude the next 25 days with strength, with passion, with conviction that we have great ideas. We love this state, and with your help, we're going to be victorious on November 2nd. Thank you all for coming here today.